What's up guys, Matt back again with another unboxing video, and today we're going to be reviewing the latest Blood of Saiyans special, Super Saiyan Broly Full Power. Before we dive into the video, please remember to subscribe and hit the bell, like the video, comment your thoughts down below for us to discuss, follow me on my socials, and consider becoming a YouTube member to enter into our monthly giveaways and Discord server so our community can help you on your Dragon Ball figure collecting journey. This figure is based on Super Saiyan Broly Full Power from Dragon Ball Super Broly. The figure itself is based on Broly before lunging towards Gogeta in Dragon Ball Super Broly. This figure is a Blood of Saiyans special release, which are Banpresto / Bandai Spirits prize / crane figures of Saiyan characters with metallic colored hair. If you're interested in buying this figure, you can check out the affiliate links below to help support me and pick up the figure for yourself. This figure was released on December 27th, 2023 in Japan. The figure stands at about 6.5 inches tall, weighs 1 pound 4.1 ounces in his box, weighs 14.6 ounces on his own, and the figure comes with his upper body, lower body, and support. Blood of Saiyans. You know, I kind of like Blood of Saiyans for a lot of different reasons, and I was looking forward to this Broly, but let's talk about him, right? As a character choice, 5 out of 5, man. Broly is amazing, and there's a reason why Broly is so heavily marketed and makes so much money. It's because he's so cool. No matter whether it's Dragon Ball Z Broly or Dragon Ball Super Broly, he just makes a lot of money because all of them are super cool. DBS Broly is my personal favorite iteration of the character. I like Z Broly, but I love Super Broly, so I really do like this. He's the very first Blood of Saiyans Broly. I don't think we've had another one. I don't even think we've had a Dragon Ball Z version of Broly in Blood of Saiyans, so that would be really cool to see if they decide to do some movie characters in here. But definitely 5 out of 5. This year, it was either this year or maybe this last December was the 5th anniversary of Dragon Ball Super Broly, which, you know, that's pretty cool, first and foremost, just because I love Broly. I love that movie. Sorry if you see me like messing around here. Broly's fallen over, which we will talk about. I love Dragon Ball Super Broly. It's one of my favorite movies. It is my favorite Dragon Ball movie, and it's probably my favorite Dragon Ball thing of all time. So just captures so many different things that I love about Dragon Ball. But yeah, Broly's just an awesome character. Glad to see him in the Blood of Saiyans line. His likeness is really good. It's hard to mess up, especially this Broly, because, you know, he doesn't have irises. He's just white-eyed. But they did a fantastic job. They added some like accents around his lips just to show that he's, you know, like scrunched up and mad. You can see his individual teeth, not all of them, but a couple of individual teeth highlighted to show that he's crunching his teeth in anger. He's got a signature scar in his face, some accents around his eyes, and really well bolded eyes. Just very clean in his likeness. Looks exactly like his anime counterpart. Like, dude, he looks like he was ripped straight from the movie. Like, I know exactly what moment this is when he what that they're capturing in the figure. So absolutely fantastic job on the likeness. It's an easy 5 out of 5. So the sculpt quality is interesting, actually. Overall, the sculpt is fantastic, right? They textured Ba's ear around his waist. Obviously, all of his huge muscles are perfectly sculpted and aligned. His pose is just very good and well placed. His head looks a little small on his body, I'm not gonna lie, but that's just kind of how Broly looks when he's in this form. He's just huge, and his head, obviously his head doesn't get like really big, but his hair kind of compensates for that. And the hair sculpt is done really well. I really love the way that his hair looks. You can see it like blowing back, and it's wild in the back of his head. Absolutely fantastic job. And the other thing, though, is that he does not have a base, which is amazing, especially for Blood of Saiyans. That's just one of my biggest pet peeves out of like every Prize and Crane figure, is that you have to deal with those big round bases that take up a bunch of space and gather up so much dust. So I'm glad I'm seeing this more. The Gotenks had one, and now this one has one. So fantastic job, Bandai. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. If it's going to be just Blood of Saiyans that does this, sure, fine. It's a step in the right direction. Maybe it'll help us teach them that we don't want these stupid bases all the time. However, I am going to add an asterisk here. This base sucks. It sucks. It's like rubbery. It's very squishy, very cheap. It's that ugly green instead of clear, which kind of sucks. And it barely stays on his leg. It like doesn't really like, and I don't know if this is just mine. So if anybody else gets this figure, please let me know. Now, it's not the end of the world. He can stand up without the support. The support is just there to add a little extra support, but it's very flimsy when putting it on his leg, probably because it's a cheap material that's very rubbery, and it comes off super easy. I bet if I lift him up right now, yeah, it doesn't come along with him. So it's supposed to go on his leg, and it doesn't. So I that does bother me a little bit. It's not the end of the world. It still, adds that support when you put it on, but it's just very flimsy and cheap. So I'm going to give the sculpt quality a 4 out of 5 on the figure. So let's move on from there. Now that I've complained about his little support. Paint and shading, pretty standard for Blood of Saiyans. There's no shading whatsoever. I really wish Bandai would bring back shading to their Prize and Crane figures. They do it sometimes, like randomly. I think they did it for maybe I think I reviewed a history box figure and it had shading on it. I was like, whoa, that's weird. But yeah, I really wish they would bring that back. Obviously, the big highlight of the Blood of Saiyans figures are their metallic hair, which is kind of unique to their line. They do it in other figures, but it's mostly done, it's always done in Blood of Saiyans. And I think it looks really good. Like overall, his paint is very bright. It looks very good. His skin is done well. The greens of his Bazier, the purples, they're very bright and vibrant. And then the really metallic green of his hair, like, really pops. So I like that. So I'm going to give the paint and shading a 4 out of 5. Size and scale. Ooh, size and scale is probably the worst aspect of this figure. Now, I don't want to be too hard on it because it is a Prize/Crane figure, and they're not really meant to scale with each other, but I really wish they would take that into account, especially when you have characters like Broly. Broly is big. He's always depicted as a big character. So it is kind of disappointing, especially if, let's say you only collect Blood of Saiyans, and you get like the Kaioken Goku that I have, and then you put it next to this Broly, and Goku is bigger than Broly. That's kind of whack, man. So if you are going to do this, Bandai, then maybe do like a special version where, I'm going to do Broly for Blood of Saiyans, but we got to make it a special occasion. So it's kind of big. It doesn't have to be like Kuji sized, but, make it like 8 inches, 7 inches even. Just make it scale a bit better, because this is kind of weird. I'm sure if he stood up, he would be closer to that 8-inch mark, but I'm saying crouch down, get him like 7.5 to 8 inches. I think that's reasonable. We have some other Prize and Crane figures like Clear Eyes and stuff that kind of do that. And hell, Master Star's piece is a Crane/Prize figure series. So they used to do that. They used to do the shading and stuff too. So Bandai, come on. So with all that being said, I don't want to be too hard on it. So I'm going to give size and scale a 3 out of 5. But I really like this release, guys. I think having Broly in Blood of Saiyans is always a good thing. Having Broly in anything is probably a good thing. So I think if you want to pick this up, it's almost worth full price. I would maybe say like $20 to $25 is a fair price for this figure. I think he overall looks really good. You'll be happy with him, especially because the sculpt is really good. The paint is done pretty well, and it's Broly. So if you don't have a Broly and you like Blood of Saiyans, probably a good pickup. So I'm going to walk away and give this figure a 3.5 out of 5. But until the next video, guys, I will see you all later.